The number one question that I get asked as an AI engineer in AI engineering business growth is, Felix, where should I start? What should I automate first? And the answer to that question is this video right here. So I want to go really deeply into how to think about what to automate first in your business, because the thing is that if you are focused on the wrong stuff, if you're focused on sort of automating the wrong stuff, which is easier than ever, right? Because AI made it really easy to automate a bunch of dumb stuff. If you focus on the wrong stuff, you will not see any results. And you know me on this channel, like my goal here is to get you the most amazing results that you can with AI. That's why I make these videos. So the first question I would ask myself, if this is the case where you understand the potential of AI, you know that a lot of people are making lots of money with it, but you haven't really cracked the code. You haven't really figured out like, how exactly do I do this for my own business and for my own process? The first question I would ask myself is, where's the constraint? What is the bottleneck holding your business back right now from growing? And I'm assuming that you want your business to grow. I'm assuming that you want to make more money with AI, right? That's at least why I make this video. So if you don't want to grow with AI, you should probably not watch this video, but I assume you want, because that's what I do. That's what I do with my AI agency, Wicflow. We help companies make more money with AI. So I think I'm quite qualified to answer this question. So how do you then figure out what is the constraint of your business? And I have a very simple framework that I use for this. And that is the question, if my sales doubled tomorrow, would my revenue also double? So if you think about this, like if you got now 2x more demand than you have right now, let's say you have 10 customers right now and you get 10 customers more knocking on your door. Hey, Felix, I want to buy your services, which a lot of people want. Would your sales also increase? Like, would you get, twice as much revenue? And if you would, let's say you got twice as many customers knocking on your door, and you can take on that capacity. That means that you're demand constraint, right? You want more customers into your business. You want more people paying for your stuff so that you can deliver value to them. You're demand constraint, right? But on the other hand, if your revenue doesn't go up with 2x or 100%, that means that you are supply constraint. Right? You don't have enough capacity. Even if you get 10 people knocking on your door saying, hey, please take my money, please deliver your amazing service to me, you couldn't take them on. So starting from this point, you should know, are you demand or are you supply constraint? And then based on this, we can dig deeper, right? Because if you're demand constraint, then what you want to do is we obviously want to focus on automating things and using AI in processes that will get you more customers, that will get you more revenue. And for that, we have a certain type of automations. Like there are lots of things in marketing and sales we can do. We can increase lifetime value of customers. There are many sort of things that I do, and I'm talking about this in other videos on this channel. This is not sort of what this video is about. And let's say on the other hand, you are supply constraint. Like this is very common in many sort of service-based business, especially if you're a consultant. If you have an agency, or you have, it could also be like if you actually have some sort of construction company, any sort of service, you might be demand constraint. You might be supply constraint, right? You can't really deliver on all of them. And obviously, if that's the case, we want to focus on, automating admin, automating operations, these sort of things that will save you time, make your processes more efficient. It might be also helping you to hire more people. There are lots of things we can do there. One just quick example would be that if you're getting lots of emails, that is sort of the bottleneck. That is actually something that is eating up like hours of your day. Then we could create an email agent that categorizes your emails and writes drafts based on your company's like knowledge base, right? So that could be one thing that could actually save you a couple of hours on emails. We could automate, invoicing, whatever the processes are that is holding your business back. And obviously, every business is different, and we work with a lot of different companies. So I can't really tell you that this is the first thing you should automate, whether it's on the on the marketing and sales side or the operations and admin side. So that's sort of the mental framework to sort of figure out like what is the process. And now if you're still wondering, okay, Felix, so I'm either now demand or I'm supply constraint, like what do I do next? And I think that something practical that you can start doing today is really to start checking in on your process. Start checking in every single day, like where is your time going? Where is your team's time going day by day? And the reason why this is very effective is that a lot of companies that I've worked with, they don't really know where their time is going. They haven't really done an sort of audit on their time. But the reason this is very important is that like once you sort of map out your different processes, you can then sort of start to understand, okay, is this something we could automate or not? Is this something where AI might be even better than a human? Or is this something where we absolutely need to have a human? So obviously sales calls, that is something that you need to have a human on. But answering customer emails or, you know, like repeating questions, things like this, is that really something that a human need to do? Is that really? Because like there's a lot of things that AI can do right now, or like automating invoices or manual data entry and things like this. And I think that this is something you can start doing immediately. And after a week, after 2 weeks, you should have a pretty good understanding of like what are your internal process right now and what is possible to automate. And then if you're wondering, like, how do I know if a process is possible to automate or not? Because like once you've mapped out all your process, how do you then know like what is actually possible to automate? A couple of tips there. The first one is that if you can sort of quantify the process, if you can somehow put the logic on a piece of paper saying this is exactly how you do this process and it's something digital, then there's a very high likelihood that you could automate it with AI. And then obviously the next question becomes like, is it worth it to automate with AI? So let's say you have a process that, you know, takes you 15 minutes per day. So it's really not eating that much time. And it would like require quite a lot of effort to automate it. Like let's say it would require 100 hours to automate that thing. It might not be worth it to really focus on that. So we want to focus obviously on the low hanging fruits and focus on the constraint of the business. So what are the big things eating up our time? So I had, for example, one client that we've been working with for the last 3 months or so. And the cool part there is that first we started with like revenue adjacent sort of automations. So what were the things that were close to revenue? Because there were definitely demand constraint. And we set up a couple of automations. We set up, for example, SEO and GEO. And GEO, if you don't know, or it has many names, AIO or whatever sort of preference you have. But these are automations that has to do with your company being found in the LLMs or in the AI engines. So it's like AI engine optimization, essentially. So, you know, you ask ChatGPT, hey, what would be the best product or service for you know, a consulting service or for, you know, a recruitment firm, or what would be the best HVAC company in my area? The goal with GEO is that your company shows up there first, right? Or at least somewhere in the results. So you ask ChatGPT, it will give you 3 recommendations and your company is one of them. That is sort of the goal with it. So getting AI to recommend your services or products, this is the future. This is very much a growing trend. I've seen unbelievable results with many of my clients where we have AI, we have SEO and GEO optimized the hell out of that company, and they've seen very good results like very quickly. And especially if you have a service or company, some sort of product where there isn't a lot of competition, like you have so much potential to really grow your business, grow your inbound business by optimizing these things. So we did a couple of projects for this company. SEO GEO, that was one of them. We set up a cold email campaign where we have AI doing the prospecting, sending out personalized emails and LinkedIn messages to their prospects. And I think we closed a little bit over 80. I think we closed. I think we got a little bit over 80 leads, and we closed around 30 of them within 3 months, which was unbelievable. Those were really good results from cold email. And that will sort of generate them probably close to $1 million in revenue over the next 12 months. So that was really successful. But pretty quickly, once we sort of got the cash flow coming in, we got more customers, we started thinking, all right, so now we're actually like full capacity. So then it made sense to sort of take a look at the processes internally. So what were the things eating up, for example, the employees' times? And when I think about sort of like who should we automate things for first, we also here want to think about like where do we have the most potential to get lots of value. And here they had 15 salespeople, so it made sense to sort of take a look at automations that would free up the salespeople's time. Because when you free up a salespeople's time, that means that they can then use that time to essentially hunt down more deals. And we were able with just, I think with 4 or 5 automations, we were able to save them roughly 2 or 3 hours per day, which means that if they have 15 salespeople, and you're able to save every single one of them 10 to 15 hours per week, that's a lot of hours, right? Like, I'm not the math genius, but that's a lot of hours. So that was fantastic, right? So that was like a very good sort of example of where you want to first focus on revenue activating activities, and then you want to focus on increasing your capacity to grow your business even more. Yeah, we'll see, but that's sort of a case where we're now sort of we're keeping on going and trying to figure out, okay, what can we automate next to save even a little bit of time, or to increase sales even a little bit? How can we increase sort of customer communication and customer satisfaction all around the board? So the big takeaway there is that usually you want to focus on things that will actually increase revenue first. Like if you're not sure sort of what to do, usually that's the bottleneck for most business. That I can already tell you. So really think about like, how can we automate things that will actually get us more customers? So is it the SEO, GEO stuff? Is it sort of saving salespeople more time so that they can cold call, send emails, or whatever it is? Can we automate prospecting? What are the things we can do? And I think that there was like one study, and this will also help you. Like if you're selling some sort of services to other people, this is also a very big tip for you. Or if you're an AI agency that wants to get more clients, one of the best ways you can do is to sort of figure out like, how does a company make money? And then sort of explain your value in terms of how your services will help them make more money. Because there was a study saying that people who can sort of explain how their effort into their business or how their job is contributing to more revenue will make more money. And the same thing goes for business. So whether you're helping another business do this, you should always focus on things that are close to revenue, or if you're doing it for your own business, that is usually the way to go, especially if you want to grow your business. That's it for today, but I have one question for you, and that is, can you let me know in the comments what are questions you have about AI, how to implement AI into your business, how to make more money with AI that you would like me to answer next? Because I will start doing live streams. And my goal is to go through all of your questions, because I know that there are lots of people who have questions about AI, how to make money with AI, how to implement it, how to save time with AI. So I want to make sure to answer all of your questions that would be valuable to you in the next coming live streams and next videos, so that I can bring the most up-to-date, value-driven content straight into your home feed here in the YouTube algorithm. So hopefully this was useful. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Goodbye. Bye-bye.